Oil is of vast importance in the world today, and a country that does not have its own oil is in a weak position. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Ensuring an uninterrupted supply of oil was paramount for India's progress as a newly independent nation, recuperating from decades of colonial subjugation. And the architects of independent India recognized the criticality of this black gold to pave the path for a new, resurgent India. And from the crucibles of this dream, Indian Oil was born. It all started in Digboi, a small town nestled in the country's northeast corner. The year 1901 witnessed the construction of the Digboi refinery after oil was discovered by chance while laying railway tracks in 1867. This would set India's energy wheels rolling. Independence ushered in an aspirational wave that swept across the country, and the dreams of a new dawn of progress reverberated in every heart. Despite the political emancipation, the nation was heavily dependent on foreign multinationals to fuel its industrial resurgence. Building oil infrastructure was thus an imperative from the points of view of economic stability and national security. The task was enormous, but even iron-hard challenges have had to bend in front of the strongest wills. Then came the years of prodigious growth and unstoppable feats. The transformational vision of the nation's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, coupled with the determined zeal of the father of the Indian oil industry, Mr. Keshav Dev Malviya, ushered in a new era of infrastructural development and sustained growth in the country. The incorporation of Indian Refineries Limited in 1958 and Indian Oil Company in 1959 sparked a revolution in India's oil sector. By establishing the country's first major coastal terminal at Kandla in Gujarat and receiving its first parcel of high-speed diesel at Pir Pao Jetty in Mumbai in 1961, Indian Oil Company Limited began its tryst with oil marketing. Following the footsteps of the nation's first refinery at Digboi, new refineries were established across different parts of the country in quick succession, thus fast-forwarding India's economic rise. With its modern operational refineries at Guwahati, Barauni and Koyali, Indian Refineries Limited had established itself as an unstoppable force, poised to redefine India's socio-economic destiny. To leverage the synergy between the pioneering energy companies, Indian Refineries Limited and Indian Oil Company Limited were merged, and 1964 marked the incorporation of an integrated force called Indian Oil Corporation Limited. The year also marked the completion and commissioning of India's first petroleum product pipeline from Guwahati to Siliguri. From a fledgling company housed in a two-room office of Bombay's Botawala Chambers, Indian Oil emerged as an energy behemoth and expanded to every part of the country with an unmatched focus on excellence. As Indian industry blossomed, Indian Oil devoted itself to uplifting the citizens' living standards. With the launch of Indane in 1965, Indian Oil introduced a new age of cooking in the country. Indane took over the LPG market with lightning speed and soon became the most prized possession in an Indian kitchen. As the nation's ace fuller, Indian Oil has also been shouldering the responsibility of keeping the country's defense forces energized at all times and across every terrain. The company's patriotic commitment came to the forefront when Indian Oil stood by our brave soldiers during the Indo-Pak War by maintaining an uninterrupted fuel supply to the Indian Army and the Air Force. Indian Oil recognized the compelling need to harness indigenous technologies to strengthen security and power growth. To bolster India's energy future, IndianOil set up a dedicated R&D center at Faridabad in 1972. The R&D center heralded a new age of innovation through several pioneering efforts, including launching India's first lubricant brand, Servo. Servo soon expanded its arsenal to various defense-grade oils, besides a wide array of commercial offerings to strengthen our quest for self-reliance by taking significant leaps towards indigenizing lubricant technology. Meanwhile, another transformational phase was picking up the pace. An exceptional oil retail chain spanning the country created a benchmark for others to follow. The retail outlet, commissioned at Leh in 1976, made history by being the world's highest altitude petrol and diesel station of the time. For IndianOil, no part was too far, no corner too remote. IndianOil celebrated its silver jubilee in the 1980s by scaling its reach through a compassionate and focused growth drive. The decade saw path-breaking refinery expansion, fast-tracked LPG growth, and a series of records that would drive the industry forward. IndianOil celebrated 25 years of its glorious journey by setting up a state-of-the-art refinery at Mathura. IndianOil finished the decade by claiming the world record for setting up the highest retail outlet at a towering height of 13,500 feet at Kaza in the Lahaul-Spiti Valley in Himachal Pradesh. The 1990s witnessed a paradigm shift as India opened its doors to the world market, ushering in a promising new era of modernization and growth. Liberalization of the Indian economy altered the course of India's economic journey and boosted IndianOil's growth trajectory. By now, IndianOil was commanding a dominant armada of 6 oil refineries, with the 7th one on its way. The Panipat refinery was commissioned in 1998 as IndianOil's most modern refinery. This refinery marked IndianOil's entry into the petrochemical segment, thus revitalizing IndianOil's infrastructural prowess and product array. Adding another glorious chapter to its growth journey, IndianOil created a dedicated business development group in the same year. Since then, the group has been instrumental in unraveling new growth opportunities for the company. IndianOil ventured into exploration and production by bagging exploration blocks under new exploration policy rounds. The corporation also expanded its global footprint by setting up subsidiaries in Sri Lanka, Mauritius, and the Middle East for product marketing. In yet another remarkable leap forward, IndianOil diversified into the business of cleaner fuel of natural gas. IndianOil has rightly emerged as one of India's most loved brands through its sustained contributions to nation building. The wide array of the company's offerings transformed lives by enhancing living standards and transportation efficiency, besides strengthening our industrial robustness and national security. IndianOil's relentless dedication to national service catalyzed its exponential growth, and the company became the first Indian corporate to cross rupees 1 lakh crore turnover. The landmark achievement gave more impetus to the company's efforts on its transformational journey. Inspired by the zeal to power India's journey towards a sustainable future, IndianOil started marketing environmentally friendly regasified LNG in 2004. IndianOil's energy outreaches have stayed firmly focused on rural development, which the corporation acknowledges is crucial for the nation's overall progress. Leaping ahead in this direction, IndianOil launched Kisan Seva Kendra in 2005, as a one-step solution offering everything from petrol and lubricants to fertilizers and rations for its rural customers. In 2007, IndianOil introduced the concept of LNG at the doorstep for industrial customers situated at distant locations. Having its name carved in the history of India's infrastructural growth and development, the corporation was conferred with the Maharatna status in 2010. That testified its sustained commercial success and nationalistic focus. In 2016, IndianOil established the state-of-the-art refinery at Paradip that was equipped with R&D centers indigenously developed INDMAX technology. Bolstering IndianOil's LNG network, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first ever LNG terminal on the East Coast in 2019 at Ennore, Tamil Nadu. IndianOil has been the true harbinger of change for the Indian energy fraternity and has played a leading role in introducing the fuels of tomorrow in the country. IndianOil launched the BS6 compliant fuel across the country in 2020 to address the concerns about global warming and promote a cleaner environment. Through a series of concerted efforts in 2G, 3G ethanol blended fuels, biodiesel and compressed biogas, the company is spearheading the nation's journey towards a greener tomorrow. The corporation has also been ushering in tectonic shifts in the Indian fuel marketing landscapes through pioneering initiatives like launching premium world-class fuels like XP100, India's first 100-octane fuel. IndianOil has also revitalized the Indian LPG landscape through specialized offerings like the highly convenient 5 kg FTL cylinder Chotu and the super efficient Extra Tej. The magnificent Indian Rhino, a symbol of strength, power and agility, was adopted as the company's mascot on 1st September 2021. The endearing IndianOil Rhino reflects the company's enduring strength and competence. While identifying and establishing the infrastructure to meet the needs of the future, IndianOil has also sailed on the journey of setting up EV charging and battery swapping stations across the country. IndianOil is more than just an energy company. Its journey encapsulates the great Indian growth saga. With 15,000 kilometers long pipeline network spanning across the country, 10 refineries and over 50,000 customer touchpoints, IndianOil is the highest-ranking Indian PSU on the Fortune Global 500 list. IndianOil has been the prime mover of India's phenomenal progress for over 7 decades now, transforming the nation and brightening 1 billion lives. From oil to green energy, IndianOil is steadfastly committed to powering today's dreams towards tomorrow's success. IndianOil is resolutely focused on energizing India's greener dreams and brighter aspirations. IndianOil, the energy of India.